Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves another 1v1 between these titans of the battlefield, which is Jesulin, playing as the Soviets in the blue this time, and his opponent, again, is going to be HelpingHans from the mTw clan, playing as the OKW in the red. This is, once again, from the Summer Cup semifinals. This is game 2 between these two players. And it is, of course, held in the Ferma of Kholodny Ferma. So, well, we see a little bit of banter from the players. I can actually see what they've written. No, I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Well, I lost exactly what they were saying, so I don't know. But, well, let's just keep on going into the game and see what these players have in store. So, we see that HelpingHans has gotten himself a Volksgren squad, getting himself a second one, takes his Stormpios into the center, capturing some points and laying down some wire in front of the wrecked tank, so that it blocks the heavy cover for his opponent from this side. Once again, you can see that the tanks have returned to wrecked Panzer IVs, where once upon a time they were changed sneakily to wrecked Shermans, as a little bit of a sneak preview to when the Western Front armies were going to be producing. Oh, very nice. We see HelpingHans going up north with his Stormpios and wiring off the new approach. This gap here was opened recently, and now with that wire, obviously he's going to cut it off. But yeah, before you used to have to go all the way around, but they opened this path here. But very nice. So making it so that it works as it had before. For Jesulin, however, we do have conscripts, and more conscripts. We have 3 conscripts right off the bat, with the fourth one being produced. The supply half-track runs into one of the conscript squads, getting shot up a little bit, taking a little bit of damage at about 90% strength right now. Volksgren squads well, not inside the house, but right next to the house, getting some shots off on the conscripts. However, a second conscript squad moves in to support. Very nice positioning here by Jesulin of this conscript squad. You can see one man inside the zone, able to capture the point, while still providing the entire squad with some heavy cover. Storm Pioneer squad, however, does move in close range on those conscripts and manages to inflict massive amounts of damage, although only one man died. However, the squad, you can see there, is very low in health, meaning they will be hitting the battlefield very weakened and will not be able to provide too much help on their next engagement, as they will lose men back and left and right, I should say. Conscripts, however, are inside the church, so they managed to stop the Stormpio squad, although there is only one window here that is firing at them, so they're not really taking too much damage. However, the Stormpios will have a little bit of a tough time. Half-track getting sent into the center by HelpingHans, being focused down right now by the conscripts, as it takes a lot of damage. Looks like, well, I don't know. I mean, it looked like he may have been wanting to go for a push on the conscripts so that they would leave the heavy cover, but all he did was a little bit of a drive-by, took some damage, and ended up going back home. Combat Engineer squad on the field for Jesulin, getting itself upgraded with a flamethrower, goes straight up against the Volksgren. The Volksgren squad loses one of its men to the fire and are forced to retreat. Second Volksgren squad up in the north, getting chased down by the conscripts. The conscripts are down to 4 men during this engagement. They are being followed up by 4 combat engineers, so they have quite a bit of a damage or firepower there. Up in the north, we have another conscript squad going for the cap of this point. They are 2 clumped up. Oh my god, look at that. They are all clumped up in the same spot. They are taking massive amounts of damage. Down to, oh, this squad is going down. It's going to try to retreat. Flamethrower burst goes off on the combat engineers. Down to 1 man, the conscript squad, but the Volksgrens are in the way. They turn around and execute a conscript squad for Jesulin. Very bad luck there for him, and he is now down 1 squad. First kill of the game. Storm Pioneer squad retreats, down to very low amounts of health, but still 3 men in there, and it looks like they'll be fine. And if HelpingHans follows the path he did before, he'll probably be getting himself a battle group headquarters somewhere around here, so he can send his troops out and heal them closer to the battlefield. Conscripts sleeping over the fence get themselves into the house and will be able to open up on that truck. They decide to actually just pop out of the house, then pop back in as the Volksgrens appear right in front of them. They were not prepared for that, and they are forced to take cover in the house. Volksgrens move themselves into a little bit of light cover there by those carts. We'll be able to provide more damage there. We now once again have Doctrine selection for HelpingHans. He goes for the same one that he did last game, which is the Luftwaffe Ground Forces Doctrine, and gets himself an MG-34. MG-34 now covering the north. And even though Jesulin did lose, you know, one squad, you can see right now that he has a lot of map control. He controls most of the south, leaving 2 strategic points uncaptured, and most of the north with the munitions point uncaptured. The fuel point is currently captured for Helping Hands, but it is cut off. He is going to be remedying that situation soon, but still, I mean, it is a lot to take in. Nice positioning there by Helping Hands of that MG34, covering both angles at the same time. Obviously, it is open to be flanked, but, well, what MG isn't, right? They are all the time open for flanks. Back at base, we see Tier 2 coming down for Jesulin, so once again, going for the Tier 2 route, probably going to be getting himself a mortar, going to be trying to dislodge those MG34s, and we now see 3 MG34s, not 2, not 1, but 3. Ha, 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 MG34s on the field for Helping Hands. Third one on the field, or running down the field right now. We saw him last game going for only 2. He did build more than 2 during the game, but he only had 2 active at the same time. Only got a replacement after he lost 1, but, well, we'll see what 3 does for him. Conscripts pop into the house once again. The Storm Pyro is able to just open up on the guy inside. The one guy getting some shots off, getting some damage, but not really too much. MG34 shifts to cover the north once again, as a second MG34 gets brought in to cover the right-hand side approach, and with the barbed wire set up there, it doesn't have any flank to worry about very easily. We would have to see Jesulin get himself either a vehicle or get a combat engineer squad with the sweeper package. What's it called? The hazard removal package, but he already has flamethrowers on his default combat engineers, so he would have to invest a little bit more to be able to get rid of that wire. Most likely he'll be waiting until later in the game when a vehicle comes up and just crush it. Down south, Conscript Squad moves forward, runs into a Volkskrantz squad, forces it away. We have 2 Conscript Squads just moving around. We also have a Shrek equipped on one of the Volkskrantz squads for Helping Hands, anticipating some type of vehicle play. But we see that nothing so far. I mean, not a bad idea to get one, but, well, I mean, since we have the luxury of being able to see here, we can see that he, well, sacrificing a little bit of anti-infantry firepower for the meantime. Infantry support weapon getting produced for Helping Hands, as he also now has the battle group headquarters, as we anticipated. He is most likely not going to be getting himself the forward retreat point, and just simply using it as a, you know, forward medbay. It is a little bit expensive to get it, so Helping Hands knows exactly what he's doing in that sense, and he will not be expending unnecessary cash. Storm Pyro squads once again wiring all over the place. Very nice usage of wire for Helping Hands. I mean, he is obviously very familiar with the map, so he knows exactly where he can cut off pathways. And now we can see that if the troops want to run from here to here, they have to go all the way around the house. Well, not all the way up there, just through the street. But I mean, it is quite a significant area to deny. And with the MG34 up north, he is pretty much able to lock down the position where the troops need to run through, because they have to go through here, and the MG34, you can see, just covers the entire angle. So very nice, very nice. Down south, we hear a heavy engagement. Conscripts getting naded there by the Volkskrantz, take a lot of losses, down to 2 men, forced to retreat. A shot goes off by the infantry support weapon. Here it is, infantry support gun. I always want to call it weapon for some reason. But the infantry support gun doesn't have any kills or any damage so far, but it is now on the field. Essentially a mortar, so it will help out against the conscripts. We do have a Maxim machine gun on the field for Jesulin, so he just simply wants to cover his cutoff point. This cutoff point is very harassable and very popular to harass. It does cut you off from the entire south because it controls this area here, so everything down south gets cut off. You can have a little bit of a workaround if you control the center victory point and the munitions down south, this one, but of course we can see that Helping Hands controls the victory point in the center, so his cutoff point is a little bit critical. And we also see that Helping Hands has slowly but steadily just continued to capture the north part of the map. Conscript Squad is moving in that direction to try to put a stop to that, but not a lot that Jesulin can do in the meantime. He does go for Tier 3, and with Tier 3, he's going to be getting himself a light tank. Ooh, that is an interesting choice. I don't know why I said a light tank. It's a T-70. You guys know it is a T-70, so... Huh, interesting choice. I mean, we do have a Shrek on the field, but aside from that, there's just a lot of MG34s. And the T-70 is not a bad choice. Fuel-wise, he didn't have, you know, enough for a T-34, so it also makes sense. But, yeah, we'll see if the T-70 shines here. Conscripts pushing in threes up to the north. Run into the Storm Pioneer squad and force it away. We have shoe mines. Shoe mines are anti-personnel mines, but if you stack them together, it seems like they can damage light vehicles, I believe. I don't think they do a lot of damage, but yeah, they'll do damage to multiple things, so it's a nice thing for them to have. Maxim machine gun getting flanked here by Volksgrens. Tries to turn itself around. The Volksgrens get right beside it once again. We see shots flying at the MG34. The T-70 now on the field. Takes a nasty shot there by the Volksgrens. Oh, a very nicely placed shot there by the T-70. Eliminates 3 of the men from the Volksgren squad, and a burst from the Maxim machine gun takes out the last remaining guy. So the Shrek is no longer on the field, no longer active. Very nice pickup here for Jesulin. He may be able to fix the situation here. MG34 taking some shots there by the T-70. Manages to make it out of there with 1 man left alive, and the T-70 still on the field. Unfortunately for the Soviets, they do not have the ability to pop out of their vehicles and repair like the US forces do, but it does have the ability for 60 munitions to repair itself, so if Jesulin doesn't want to waste time taking it back and repairing it with his combat engineers, which are currently barely coming out of the base, he can just simply pop his crew repairs and get it in full working order. Puma now on the field for Helping Hands. That is the perfect counter here for the T-70. T-70 will not be able to do much to it. At least the steward for the US forces has the disabling shot by default that you can activate and take down the Puma very easily. But the T-70 does not. It has the ability to survey the battlefield, but it disabled the main gun, and then it gains the ability to secure. But yeah, I mean, it is rather limited in what it can do. T-70 decides to move itself into the center since it knows that the Puma is down south. The Puma will have to move up there to counter it, and it will take him a little bit of time. So Jesulin knows that he has a couple shots in him. He takes the shots and then decides to back off, as he knows that the Puma should not be far behind, and the Puma right there arrives where it should be. Conscripts in the zone make themselves aware of the Puma, or they spot the Puma as they take a shot. So Jesulin again knows exactly where it is. Combat engineers going to repair that T-70. So Jesulin not wanting to spend any of his munitions. He has not selected a Doctrine just yet, so we'll see what he ends up going for. Storm Pioneers up in the north get Molotoved, but they manage to dodge the flames quite easily and force away a conscript squad. Puma taking some shots. MG34 setting up in a very weird angle as it's looking in that direction now. It was moving there for support. And we now see Doctrine selection for Jesulin, and that is a shock rifle frontline tactics. So both players selecting the same doctrines as in Game 1. We see an AT gun on the field for Jesulin. I mean, it's a natural choice considering he knows there's a Puma. Unfortunately, though, the AT gun does have a little bit of a tough time taking down the Puma because it's really fast. So unless the Puma is severely mismanaged and left unattended, the AT gun will probably only be able to nail it once before it moves out of the way. And somebody's just screaming, "Ah!" Probably somebody burning over here? Maybe. But we do see a Molotov. AT gun moves up and is taking some shots at something. Was it trying to shoot the battle group headquarters? I don't actually know. Infantry support gun shoots back in retaliation, but the AT gun is now gone from the zone. So maybe Jesulin just wanted him to know that he has an AT gun and tell him to back the hell off, maybe? I don't know. It's a weird thing that he did there, but anyways. Ooh, very nice. So we once again see the Fallschirmjägers on the field for Helping Hands. And he forces away a conscript squad up in the north. The Fallschirmjägers, very nice. And, well, unfortunately I casted this before the other game went live. So I still don't know what the rifles are called. Again, let me know in the comments below. But they're pretty cool. They're really cool. Anyways, center map, conscripts pushing forward, but there's just so many MG34s all over the place that they really can't do anything to capture that point. The northern point has gotten capped by Jesulin, but once again, Helping Hands will be decapping the point with his Fallschirmjägers. And it is covered by an MG34, so it's a very difficult situation here for Jesulin. Jesulin once again repairing his light tank. The light tank took a little bit of damage. Oh, the Volksgrens move up into the house. They're going to be able to, or well, the church. No, Jesulin backs off his his tank, and the Shrek inside is not able to get range on it. A little bit of a downtime here. We have Maxim machine gun capturing the south. Infantry support guns just sitting in the center. We have another truck on the field that is the Mechanized Regiment headquarters, which once again Helping Hands puts a little bit behind his healing truck. It allows him to move his vehicles back and automatically repair. He is also getting himself a Stuka once again, which is just going to be beastly. Well, I would assume, Stukas are just ridiculously good. Incendiary barrage falling right on top of one of the MG34s. The MG34 going to pack up and get out of the way. Gets hit by the rounds, but unfortunately the round itself doesn't carry damage directly. It's just the flames. However, 3 of the men of the squad get just burned to death, burned to a crisp, and 1 man makes it out of there alive. He does move out of the flames, however, so he stays alive, but yeah, the explosion itself doesn't carry any damage with it, so even though it hits right away and, it nails the squad directly, well, it just has to sit in the fire and take damage. Conscripts pushing in force into the center. The T-70 also being brought into the mix, managing to push away one of the MG34s. The second MG34 on top was brought down to 1 man and forced out of the way. T-34 on the field for Jesulin, pushing very aggressively. Whoa, he gets right on top of all the forces. The Volksgrens with their Shrek are able to get themselves out of there. We do have a Stuka on the field for Helping Hands. Stuka is going to be opening up. It is aiming in this direction. What is it going to aim at? It looks like it's going to aim at the conscripts and the T-70. There goes the bombs, and boom! Nice hit. Nails a conscript squad. Second conscript squad looks like it may have died, but the T-70 didn't take any damage to that. That's unfortunate. Incendiary barrage gets tossed back in return and makes it out of there. The T-34 has taken a lot of damage here to the Puma and is forced to back off. The conscripts are unable to repair as they do not have that ability with that Doctrine, and we only have actually we lost the combat engineer squad, and the combat engineer squad is being reproduced. MG34s are on the field, and back here we still have 3. Where's the third one? Up north? Yeah, up north. T-70 moves up north to engage. The Storm Pilot squad now getting chased down by the T-70. The T-70 may be able to kill them off. We do have the Puma on the field. The Puma is moving up north. The T-70 is chasing down, so the Puma may actually take it out. Down to 2 men on the Storm Pilot squad. Shot from the Puma misses. T-70 may be able to take out the Storm Pilot squad, and down goes the Storm Pilot squad. The conscript squad Uras forward. Helping Hands gonna be backing off. Can they get in range for an 18-8? They do get in range. Throw the grenade and get the crit on the engine. The Puma has now a little bit of a snare, a disabled engine there, or, well, not really disabled, just engine damage. And the conscripts are going to move up to the north since nothing is there. The T-70 made it out of there alive with no scratches on it and managed to take out the Storm Pilot squad. Volksgren squad getting produced here for Helping Hands. He brings it out on the field, and he's going to be repairing his vehicles. Second T-34 getting produced for Jesulin. He does have a substantial vehicle force, but there is that Stuka. The Stuka is very dangerous. It already has 10 kills to its name. It wiped some squads here, killed a lot of things, and even did a little bit of splash damage to its headquarters in Mayaf, but collapses the house and kills some more units. You can just see the wreckage and the devastation that it inflicted. Up in the north, conscript squad running into one of the MG34s. The Puma there going to be nailing the conscript squad, forcing it to retreat. And we do have a Rakuten Warfare up on the field for Helping Hands that will help out against that T-70 quite effectively and quite severely. AT gun in the center, may be able to throw a barrage, but it is going to get itself out of there since it, it's going to get shot from the infantry support gun and the Volks, so it's a risky maneuver. Oh, the T-70 is just nailing troops left and right. It's up to 19 kills right now. Quite a baller. Once again, for some reason, I just hit the resources and the fog of war, but there we go. Rakuten Warfare managing to nail the T-70 once, inflicting a decent amount of damage. It's down to about 60% strength. It needs to move itself out of the way. T-34, on the field. Where's the second one? The second one is coming out of the base. So with 2 T-34s, Jesulin may be able to just do a quick push here and inflict a lot of damage. Stuka barrage goes off. It's going to nail the AT gun. There it goes. Although it manages to stay alive with 2 of its men, so the AT gun stays alive and can just simply back off to reinforce or get merged with some conscripts. The Rakuten Warfare and the Puma able to stave off here the T-34s. T-34 not having any luck, not being able to kill the Volksgrens. The Volksgrens trying to nail one last shot there on the T-34, but the T-34 able to get out of the way since the other T-34 just ran interference and distracted the Volkswagen squad. The Puma still be able to get a lot of damage in on that T-34. The T-34 forced it back off because the Puma is just too good. It manages to dodge a lot of damage and just penetrates a lot. It is down to almost a sliver of health. That's about 10% health maybe left. But it's still alive, and as long as it's still alive, it can still damage. Jesulin going for the third T-34 in a row, potentially trying to just end the game. We'll see if he is able to accomplish that. We also see medical supplies on the field here for Helping Hands. I mean, obviously he has the Luftwaffe supply doctrine, so he can do that and quickly just heal up the troops that retreat rather than having to send them out and heal up over here. Conscripts pushing forward, once again running into those MG-34s. MG-34's not going to be letting up here. They're going to just stop all the infantry, and unfortunately for Jesulin, he doesn't really have an easy way to get rid of them. Incendiary barrages do help, but those are very munitions dependent, and he does have 340 though, so I guess he's fine. He still has over 2, probably 3 by the next recharge. Incendiary barrages he can throw. Maybe 4 in a row after all is said and done, but it I mean, it really doesn't clear out. It just makes it retreat, and then it'll be back on the field. So, as an assault mode, you know, just pushing up and incendiaring so you can push forward, yeah, that probably works, but it doesn't really easily clear out the troops. AT gun pushes forward, once again reinforced. Conscripts pushing with it. Down south, the Maxim machine gun still trying to hold the line. We have a Puma there. We have a second Puma on the field, as 2 Pumas just covering both sides. AT gun throwing a barrage right on top of the MG-34. Nails one of the men on the MG-34. The MG-34 once again moves. Manages to dodge another one. The shot flies, and it almost hits the retreating squads, but they make it out of there just fine. Stuka barrage going on the AT gun. Nails. Oh, wow. Oh, nasty, but didn't actually do too much. Did nail a conscript squad, doing a lot of damage there, but the AT gun stays alive. T-34 is pushing forward all together, although one of them is far behind. So 2 leading the charge, with another one coming up behind it for reinforcements. The Puma in the north has gotten cut off. We see an incendiary barrage right on top of the Raketenwerfer and the MG-34. Gonna clear out the Raketenwerfer before it's able to inflict too much damage. The T-34 is moving down south. The Pumas are trying to stop the approach. One Puma goes out of control to the T-70 and the T-34. The second Puma is still up in the north, not able to do too much in this engagement. Everything getting flanked here by the T-34s. 3 T-34s are a big thing to deal with. Puma from the north moves down to engage. The T-34 in the center has taken some damage. We do have a Shrek dropped on the field. The T-34 is just sitting there getting a lot of damage there on the MG-34s. The Puma takes a nasty shot on the rear armor. The infantry support weapon trying to get some shots off on the tanks, but I mean, it's not able to do too much damage. Conscripts rushing forward. It looks like they're going to go try for the steal of the Shrek, and they will be able to accomplish that. The MG-34 is covering the north. There goes the Shrek, and the Shrek is shooting at the infantry support weapon. Not exactly the best thing, but there you go. Shrek's on the Volkswagens up north, able to do a lot of damage to that T-34. The Puma moving in to support. Gets a little bit more damage in there. The T-34 in the center still holding the line. The Puma unable to inflict much more damage. Maxim machine gun in the center is just getting wrecked here, down to 2 men, forced to retreat. Can he make it out? The Volkswagens and the Puma will shoot it down. No, it gets eliminated, and down it goes. We do have an AT gun on the field. It can shoot at the Puma. There goes Puma, gets shot by the AT gun in the frontal armor. The Puma now trying to move back, pops its smoke. The T-34 has it on its sights. Can he get the kill? Takes a shot, but misses. The T-34 does not pursue. Takes another nasty shot there, and the T-34 in the center is trying to follow it up. The Puma is trying to sneak its way back to its side of the field. Gets shot in the side armor there by the Puma. The Puma able to inflict a lot of damage to it. It's down to about half health. The Stuka taking a barrage into the center. Nails the conscript squad that is trying to capture. Nails it once again on the retreat. And almost nails the AT gun. But Helping Hands gives a good game, well played, and throws in the towel. And that is it for game 2. Wow. Back and forth. 1-1 each. I'll see if I can find the third one. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.